Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Real Sports Bets. And today we've got another NHL slate we're going to be looking at. Is a 6-game slate. We got 4 plays for it, so it should be a fun day for hockey as well. But before we get into the video, before we get into a recap of what happened yesterday, you guys know what to do already. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with the video here at Real Sports Bets. You can also follow us on our social medias at BetsEarl on Twitter, at Earl Sports Bets on Instagram. And we also have a Discord chat if you want to join that. The link to that will be in the description of the video down below. We also have merch for the channel. If you guys want to get any Earl Sports Bets merch, that the link to that will also be in the description of the video down below. And as always, leave your best bet for the NHL in the comment section down below as well. Yesterday, we did not go 2-2. We went 3-3. I did not adjust that number. But this night could have easily been a 6-0 night, a 5-1 night. This is a very frustrating night. Colorado, minus 120 on the regulation line. They were up 2-1 at one point, and then they lost the lead, and then they lost it in overtime. They had plenty of opportunities. That one was probably my bet that I was like, yeah, if it was a 5-1 day, that should have been my loss, because these other games, we should have easily won some of these games that we lost. Tampa Bay, I believe they're up 2-0 at one point. Carolina tied it. They're up 3-2. Carolina tied it, and Carolina won it in overtime. This is a Tampa Bay team that blew a couple leads in that game, which was very frustrating. So that should have been a win for me there. As well as Edmonton on the regulation line at the plus 220. I was pissed about this one. Edmonton enters the third period up 3-1, and I lose my regulation bet. I was pissed. This was a bad loss. It was a tough beat. This Edmonton team looked good in the first couple periods, and then they just blew it in the third, and they lost it in overtime. We did get some wins though last night. We did get some puck luck in overtime with Florida. Verhaeghe gets the job done. He gets a hat trick yesterday versus the Dallas Stars, which just haven't looked good at all this year. We also got the win from Nashville, my first time backing them since January, I think 23rd. I looked it up, and they got me the win for that one. And Calgary finally gets a win. They knock off the Winnipeg Jets 4-2. I took them on the minus 120. We cashed that bet as well. We went 3-3. We're 161 and 148, 52% on the year. And with all the dogs we're taking, I believe we're up on the year as well. But let's get into today's slate. Not a huge slate. We do have a game starting at 12 here in 45 minutes, so this play probably won't be live for very long. But we're starting with the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals. Minus 147 for the Capitals, plus 133 for the Rangers. Over under of 6 goals for this game, and it's juiced towards the over. And I like the under in this match. These are two teams that, or New York is a team that plays towards the under, and all 4 of these games have gone towards the under this year that these two teams have played. The Rangers have won 3 of 4, and the under has hit 4 of 4 times. So I'm going to keep going with that trend. Especially when we're getting plus 117 out of 6 number. So I'm going to go with the under 6 here for the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. I can easily see this being a 3-1, 3-2 type of game where we're able to cash a nice plus money total play to start off the day. So give me the under here between the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. It's going to be Keith Kincaid and Ilya Samsonov, which I really like Samsonov in net for the Washington Capitals for those unders as well. And Keith Kincaid hasn't been bad at all. 3-1-1, 908 save percentage, only allows 2.22 goals allowed per game. So not a bad defensive goalie for the Rangers. Heading to our next game, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Detroit Red Wings. Minus 162 for the Blue Jackets, plus 146 for the Red Wings. Over under of 5.5 goals, heavily juiced towards the under for this game. Elvis Merzlikins will probably be the starter today, as Jonas Korpisalo is day-to-day. Also, he started yesterday's game. And it's going to be Thomas Greiss as Pickard started yesterday's game, and Bernier is still day-to-day. So looking at this game, the only play, once again, that I would like is heavily juiced as an under, and I have no interest in betting an under at minus 138. That's just not a price tag that I want to attack. It's not a good way to go at it for betting totals. Minus 140, that's a stay off for me. Minus 120, I think, is the max I'll go for a total. So for this game overall, I would lean towards the Blue Jackets to bounce back and get a win versus Detroit today after they lost yesterday. But I'm not going to be betting minus 162 to find out. And I would lean the under, but minus 138 on a total is just a little much for me. Which brings us to our next game, which these are two really bad teams right now. Our St. Louis is playing bad. Minus 214 for St. Louis, though, plus 192 for the Ducks, over under 5.5 goals. And there's no way I'm playing the Blues in this game. They've looked terrible lately. Jordan Binnington has not been playing good at all. This is not a St. Louis team I want to back. They've lost their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 games. This is a really poor St. Louis team right now, and it's very hard to watch this team. For me, it's Ducks or nothing, and I'm not relying on the Ducks to give me good back-to-back performances and getting back-to-back wins. This game is a stay-off spot for me, absolutely 100%. I am not touching this game. I wouldn't want to come anywhere near this game. So I'm passing on this one. We're going to look at better spots on this card. This is definitely not one of them. We have 3 plays in the last 3 games, so I really like some spots there. So we'll take a look here at the next game, where we have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Boston Bruins. Minus 183 for the Bruins, plus 165 for the Devils, over under of 5.5 goals for this game. And there's one simple spot I'm attacking this one. I like the under in this game. All my signs point towards the under. It is juiced a little bit to the minus 120. I have no problem with this one. New Jersey's still without Nico Hischier. Boston's going to be out without DeBrusk, and they're out Marchand. This is not a good looking Boston team right now with those players missing. It's going to be Mackenzie Blackwood versus Yaroslav Halak. Halak has been struggling a little bit, but I think this is a good step-up game here against the Devils, who have been playing better hockey of late. If I would have to pick a side here, I like the value on the Devils. But just looking at the statistics for the totals here, Boston's a heavy under team. 10 overs, 19 unders for the season. 8 out of their last 10 have gone to the under. 1 over, 1 push with that. New Jersey's 14 overs, 18 unders, so they're an under team as well. 3 of the last 10 games have gone to, or 7 of the last 10 games for them have gone to the under as well. So both these teams are playing really good defense, and they're missing some big players with Hischier out and Marchand out. So this is an underplay for me. I know it's a minus 120, but I have no problem with that at the minus 120 price tag. Give me the under 5.5 for this game, and we're going to look at the 2 night games now, which these 2 games, I really feel like these are going to be 2 interesting games here in the Central Division. We're starting here with the Florida Panthers and the Dallas Stars. It is a minus 113 for Dallas, plus 102 for the Florida Panthers. And once again, I feel like this is just a slap in the face to this Florida Panthers team. Yes, I understand Alexander Barkov is all out, which is not good for them, but still, they got some talent on this team. Noel Kari is not bad. Huberdeau is still a very talented player. Verhaeghe had a hat trick yesterday. They still have Duclair, Frank the Train, Uyghur, and Ekblad have looked good on defense. Like, this is a good Florida team. And I'm projecting it's going to be Chris Drager versus Jake Ottinger because it's a back-to-back. So I'm going right back to this Florida team at plus money against a struggling Dallas team. I don't understand this. The Florida Panthers should not be a dog, even with Barkov out versus the Dallas Stars team right now. It's just not something that should not be a case here. So we're going to go with the Florida Panthers here at the plus 102. And this is going to be probably my 5% best bet for the day. So this is probably my strongest play for the day, is taking these Florida Panthers here, plus 102. Even without Barkov, this team is still really talented, and I really like them compared to this Dallas Stars team, which can't seem to get anything going here. They're without Rope Hintz. They're without Tyler Seguin. They're without Radulov. They're without Kiviranta. This is a not good Dallas team that is absolutely beat up right now, and they're somehow a favorite versus the Florida Panthers team that has looked amazing this year. Give me the Panthers here, plus 102 versus the Dallas Stars. This is a 100% smash spot for this Florida Panthers team, even without Barkov. Which brings us to our last game of the night. We're getting the Chicago Blackhawks and the Nashville Predators for this game. Minus 116 for the Blackhawks, plus 105 for the Predators. My projection is Pekka Rinne taking on Malcolm Subban in this matchup. This is a back-to-back as well for these two teams. So I don't see Kevin Lankinen or UC Saros in net for this game. The Blackhawks, they got Kirby Dach back yesterday, which was a very positive sign for them. But this Nashville team right now is really interesting. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. They've looked a lot better. They've been playing a lot better hockey. They got Yoshi back. They have Ekholm. I think the only one they're missing still is Brian Ellis, which they didn't seem to need him last night. One thing to watch out for with this game, though, is Philip Forsberg is questionable for today's day-to-day. So keep an eye out for that. I still like the Nashville Predators in this spot. They're just a team now that they're starting to play better. They're off my do not bet list, obviously, because I'm backing them again today versus the Chicago Blackhawks team, which is a team that I'm probably going to look to fade the rest of the year. The Chicago Blackhawks team has looked good this year, but I feel like they're just over exceeding expectations for this year. They were supposed to be a rebuilding team. I'm still waiting on that regression. They've gotten some really good performances out of some rookies here with Suter looking really good. And, of course, their goalie, Lincoln's looked really good as well this year. And then they're still getting those consistent performances from Bernicat, Kubalik, Kane, which has all looked pretty good this year as well. But we're going with the Predators here, plus 105. I like that price tag on this Nashville team. I think that this is a team that I still don't think Nashville is a playoff team by any stretch of the imagination. But they're a team that we may look to start to back towards the end of the season here, because they've looked like they're starting to get their stuff together, which that could be very entertaining if this Nashville Predators team could start playing better. But that's going to wrap up this card. Let me go quickly recap over our plays, and then we're going to head on out for this video. We're taking the Capitals and the Rangers under the total of 6. We're going with the Boston Bruins and the New Jersey Devils under 5.5. We're going with the Panthers at plus 102. And we're going with the Nashville Predators here at plus 105. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at NHL Sports Bets. But that's going to just about do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe as always. And let's make some money. Let's catch some bets in the NHL tonight, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.